Coming down the ring from West Doutte, Steve Doutte. This is our semi-main event. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is our semi-main event. Scheduled 8 rounds of boxing. Interstate junior middleweights in the ring at this time. Your judges, Anita Williams, John Wheeler, Gus Mercurio. Your ringside physician, Dr. John Jury. Welcome to ringside the 2 times former Aussie champion. A big warm welcome for Scott Brower. Come on, give Scott a warm welcome back to Fort Knox. Sitting with the chairman of the board, Bernard Palmer, Malcolm McGuinness, Bob Todd and Bart McCarthy. Here we go, 8 rounds of boxing, junior middleweights. When the bell tolls for the first of 8 rounds, your man in charge of the action, Mr. Malcolm Bullner. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first on my left, a 10-point mass system applies in this bout in our main event. Introducing in the red corner on my left, wearing blue trunks with whites and red stars. He comes from West Doutte in kickboxing, 32 bouts, 28 wins, including beating Lester Ellis in Sydney last year, scaling 69 kilograms with former national middleweight champion Vito Gordosi in the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, in professional boxing, he's already ranked number 10 in Australia. Would you welcome, ladies and gentlemen, scaling 69 kilograms from West Doutte, as I said, Steve the Bomber Doutte. And across the ring, occupying the blue corner, he's part of the fast-rising Fighters Factory, Murray Thomson, hotshot in professional boxing, unbeaten, 4 bouts, 3 wins, 1 technical draw, scaling 69.35 kilograms, wearing black trunks. Would you welcome, ladies and gentlemen, from Bayswater, they call him the Hammer, Adam Lever. Malcolm Bullner.
Yeah.
Welcome, gentlemen and gentlemen. Good luck to both your fighters. May the best man win. Obey my instructions at all times.
Okay, here we go for our second last fight of the night, semi-main event here at Fort Knox, Murray Thomson Promotions, Fighters Factory. All here, big in boxing in Victoria and the eastern suburbs. And Adam Levers, he's in the blue corner, all black trunks, and Steve the Bomber Doutte in the blue trunks, white pipings, red stars down the side, and blue, red and white shoes. And Doutte, we have seen before, is very flexible, very athletic. Barry, I think, have you seen him before?
I don't think I have, but I've seen Adam Levers on a number of occasions, yes. And he's always risen to the occasion, Adam. Even a couple of times he might have looked as though he was overmatched, but I tell you what, he's got a real good fighter's brain, Adam Levers.
Oh, yes, and Doutte, so we have seen him before because he does start quickly as he is doing here tonight. And crunching left hook just a moment ago, Barry.
Nice.
And look at Levers go, Barry.
Big to the body, beautiful, big to the body.
He's working away viciously here.
Oh, wow.
These boys mean business here
I
tonight.
tell you what, Adam Levers has got some chin. That just made a blush on his chin, and he never flinched hardly, did he? That was
Not
a
at all.
bomb.
We've said it tonight about Swan with the rock granite jaw, and now Adam Levers displays exactly the same jaw construction as James Swan. Julian, how do you see them at the moment, these boys?
Definitely, that was a great shot. But, you know, Adam took it well, and he's working up nice. He's got a bit of a nickname now as the body snatcher, as you can see, whacking away.
Yeah, I like the way he digs the body.
He does. Actually puts the full force of the body weight behind it. The punches start from way back when, and he really dishes it out, gentlemen.
He really lets him go, Steve Doutte, doesn't he?
Doesn't he?
Yeah,
What?
well, Douate's a banger too, and
We're saying he's got the big punches too, Doutte, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think when he's fought here before, I can't remember who he fought, but he had a stamina problem, I think. But
I'll tell you what, he'll have
here tonight.
Can I tell you something, Steve?
Yeah,
he'll have a stamina problem for sure. The way he holds his right arm, you see, it's very high, his right arm, and Adam Levers will nail him with that left hook to the liver. You wait to see. That'll do the damage, I reckon.
The one that's the tip.
Yeah. That's my tip. See his elbow when he jabs, his elbow comes up.
It'll be interesting to see if...
It's been, I think they've really let their big bombs go at each other just to fit, you know.
They have. They've let some big ones,
see what's
big
going to
shots
happen.
go.
Yeah.
Well, they started off fast and furious.
Starting to think a bit about it now, you know.
Oh, yes. Doutte dropped another right hand into Levers, but it had no effect on him.
A lot of ineffective stuff there from Doutte.
Oh, and the leg went up,
kick,
but I think it was... I don't think he meant that. I think that the shape of the body where he was positioned caused that leg to be raised, Barry.
You reckon, Steve? I don't know. That's a good one.
I can come up with them, Barry.
You can, mate. You're a genius at it. Yeah, it's the most fun I've ever had commentating when I work with you. I love it.
There's always a solution.
One thing about Adam Levers, he can take a good shot.
He can take a real good shot.
What I found about him in his previous fights, what I've seen is that he gets sort of like angry, you know, and you know, sort of, he's got a bit of that dirt in him, which is going to make him a good fighter, you know.
But you know what? He does it coolly. He's a thinker. You know, he's not a wanker with it. He really thinks his fight plan out well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They're letting him go.
There was a grappling there.
That was a great fight.
Good round.
Great opening round. We saw some real
round,
banging there. Doutte is in superb physical condition. The way he's presented himself, gentlemen, isn't he?
Definitely looks fit, yes.
Fit, muscly boy.
Well, that was quite an even round. I'm not sure who you put on top of that one.
To be honest with you, probably pretty even because both boys had a good dip. I think Steve Doutte landed the best punch of the round, which was that right hand.
Yeah.
Which Adam Levers took incredibly well, you know.
Yeah.
Seconds out, round 2.
Okay. Round 2 of what's been a fast and furious opening to this semi-main event here tonight between Steve Doutte and Adam Levers.
I'll tell you what, I just see that Adam Levers has got a good left grip and I see a major opening there. If
Doutte comes in high, wide and handsome with that right hand.
Big punch.
He really puts his head down and lets it go, doesn't he?
He
Doutte,
does.
yeah.
But you think that's dangerous for him too, gentlemen? He does leave his head open then when he does that, doesn't he?
Maybe it might be good for him in the early rounds, you know, but later on we'll see what happens, you know.
Yeah.
These
really
boys are really going at it.
Aren't they ever?
Oh boy, are they what?
Yeah.
And Doutte does launch himself, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
With the left hook.
Fast too,
That's
you
a
know,
great
he
jab.
throws some good stuff.
Right hand and their power-packed punches. Ducking the head, though, sometimes causes him to miss his target, though a lot of them are reaching around the neck, Barry, of Levers.
Of Levers, yeah.
Catching him around the neck region, the shoulder.
Look, even when he gets hit on the chin, mate, he doesn't even flinch.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a granite chin.
Work out a way of trying to chop him down to size. It's very difficult. Adam Levers is tough as teak.
Definitely.
Tell you what, in this business, if you haven't got a chin, you're not in this business.
That's right.
That's right.
A great fight actually said that to me, Hector Lopez.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yep, you haven't got a chin, forget it.
I think Gus McKeown wrote an article about that, Barry. I think, and Julian, I think in the Age about electricity travelling to the brain. He wrote that about 10 years ago, I think, in the Age.
He said it's something that you're born with and you can't buy.
Exactly,
yeah. He was talking about Jimmy Thunder, I think. So,
the boys are still letting them go.
Yeah, there's not much between them either. It's,
it's quite even. They just got to.
Jouet, big right hand, again looping round the neck.
I feel when they start settling down a little bit, you'll see a lot better fight, you know.
I think so.
They're just trying to go for the knockout, the boys.
If they ever get settled down, the way they're going at the moment, they might be setting a pattern here at the moment, but I could be wrong.
That's a great joke from Adam.
He's always cool, Adam Levers.
Very cool. Prepared to wait for his opportunities. Jouet again whipping that right hand around. And trying to work in place. Hanging on and punching at the same time as probably not in accordance with the regulations.
That's right. But every exchange, you know, they're quite even in every exchange. Yep. So it's really hard to put one person on top of the other.
Jouet poking out the left. He's still whipping his punches round when he does bore in.
Very sharp and fast, you know. Yeah. And with plenty of power too. But Adam Levers looks to me the more compact. And
what Doute's doing is trying to just make Adam commit himself so he can bring him onto a big right hand or a big left hook. Adam, I think, to overcome it, he's just got to, you know, work around and stop, you know, just there, like that. Good body work there. That's good stuff. That was a great finish.
Good round there.
I reckon Adam Levers is exceptionally strong. You know, like he doesn't look to be exceptionally strong, but the way he just puts Jouet away then, the way he takes those punches, he's got a very, very strong will.
Definitely. I think the fight, it's still pretty even.
Even. Very even.
They both had their moments and doing some good work. Steve Doute's very elusive and he sort of really doing the counter punching role, trying to bring Adam Levers onto the big shot, you know.
Well, he did that in the first round, and you know he didn't have a lot of luck with it. I tell you, it's a bad feeling when you hit a bloke with your best right hand. He just blinks. He just keeps walking up at you.
It's a bit of a worry, isn't it?
It's a worry. Well, you hurt your hand as well.
Would have to affect the confidence ratio
it's not
a
good.
little bit, wouldn't it?
You think you got another 8 rounds like this?
My 8.
That's it.
As we've seen Adam Levers in this situation before, and he's weathered the storm, always weathered the storm and come home strong.
He has. Doutte can do.
In fact, he faced another big puncher in Baden Beto, I think, about a year ago.
Oh, that was a class act, the way he cut Baden Beto
cut Baden Beto up for something, chopped him up at the finish with eye cuts. Now the boys having a good look at each other now. The concentration, Jouet a bit more reluctant to come barging. Oh, right hand from Jouet struck Levers solidly on the jaw, and again
nothing happened.
Nothing happened at all. Just copped a tweet, and he's back in there as if nothing happened. Adam Levers, and another right hand, and Adam gives him a smile, a wry smile, Barry.
He does. Good punching by Jouet at the moment, though. You've got to say that he's landing the better of the shots here.
Oh, yeah, and Levers turned him around.
I tell you, I just got this feeling with Adam Levers.
He turned him around and put him on the ropes, and he's blocked him in there now, Levers, so that he can pinpoint punches and try and get some inside body shots.
What Doute's doing is really just dropping his head and letting that right hand go, and at the moment it's been effective for him because it's actually hitting Adam Levers on the chin, you know. So Adam's sort of got to overcome that, I suppose.
Steve Jouet seems to hit a lot with the inside of the glove, but the glove splayed out somewhat, as opposed to the glove bunched up. It may have some effect on whether or not his power's getting through, gentlemen.
I tell you, if I was in Adam's corner, I'd be telling him to jab, stick the jab straight, and he's even feinted, and then just drop and rip straight away. You know, or force him to throw a right hand, drop your shoulder, and force him to throw a right hand, go under and hit him with the rip. He's wide open for this guy.
Yeah, he can do it, definitely.
Work away at the stomach region.
No, the short ribs, you know, just
the short ribs.
Yeah,
but not taking it away from Doutte.
No,
he's landed some
big
huge
shots.
right hands. So when that happens, I suppose you feel a little bit hesitant to dip your shoulder and and let that go. You know, especially if it's coming from all angles. They were great body shots in there from Adam.
Yep. No, he's a good body.
Did very nicely. Did well to pinpoint him and got him blocked into the blue corner. He's got his work cut out now, Doutte. You get that feeling.
Good left hook.
Oh, nice body rip there from Levers.
Great uppercut from Doutte as well.
Brought it to mark. And the boys are mixing it in here hard. Both fellows.
This is an even match. This is a great match.
It's a great fight.
Yeah.
See, Adam Levers has been in some wars since he
Oh, that was a curler of a
crunching right hand.
You can't take too many of them, I tell you.
No, that's right.
That would have rocked the dentures, I'd say, Barry.
I reckon it certainly would have.
Into round 3, another great round of boxing.
Round, I reckon.
I think so. From that right hand, that was a bit of a cracker, and
did wobble him a bit. Just a little bit. Just slowed him up a second.
But the boys are starting to breathe deep now, so I think we're getting into the championship range. It's 8-3s, you know, so it's going to sort them out. You know?
They've gone hard early.
That's right.
When you get you on the road, you get your elbows in and start whipping and hooking. You're slapping upstairs, start pivoting the body around and whip and hook. Start doing some work inside. Don't just lay on the road. Use your jab, you see, you're trying to do nothing.
As we can see, Vito's having a lot to say to his man Doutte.
Yes, and what he was saying was he's asking him to use his jab a bit more and stop slapping his punches.
Is that what he said? That's fair enough too.
Yep, and start to pinpoint use the jab more, his left jab. Not using it much at all, and wants him to stop slapping. And Steve Doutte with new instructions. See what he can do with them.
Doutte feigning with his head. Oh, man.
Right hand came down, but would have grazed the jaw of Levers.
Yeah, he wouldn't have got on the end of that. Thrown from the outfield.
Both boys now being a lot more cautious as the fight goes on.
Well, they've had a pretty good look at each other, thrown some big bombs. Steve Doutte especially has thrown some real big stuff.
Yeah.
Adam Levers, a bit of a, you know, he's a technician. He's always cool.
Very cool.
But he probably needs to start lifting up a bit.
Steve Doute's got KO on every punch, hasn't he?
He has,
really?
every punch is loaded.
Yeah.
But that's got to take it out of you too, Jules, you know.
Yeah.
Now the pace certainly has slackened off somewhat since the first 3 rounds, and you'd expect it to because they've been going hammer and tongs.
At the moment, not a lot happening. Both boys still having a look at each other again.
And that Doutte trying to load up that right hand again. Loves using it.
Nice little jab.
Great
there.
jab there off him.
And again.
He's got the longer reach, so that's probably what he should be doing, you know.
Oh, but caught with the right hand again.
And
Good
again,
right hand
right.
Doutte's got, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's quite quick.
I think you can picture himself bombing Levers, but the Levers is just about bomb-proof.
Well, as Barry said, it's like water on a stone too.
Yeah,
you don't want to get too
don't
much.
got too many, I tell you.
Because it hurts.
Very tentative round from these two.
It is,
But
compared to the
both of
first.
them have picked out round 4 to be the round when they get cautious, slow up, and have a good look at each other. Levers poking out the left, and Doutte flying in, and repetition punches to the left hand. Didn't hurt. Don't rock
Big
Levers
shot.
with those.
Good.
Oh,
Big right hand from
slapping
Doutte.
right hand from Doutte.
Big right hand. That's his best punch by far.
Oh, great uppercut too there by
As he
Levers.
came in,
Yeah. I tell you, they're still landing big shots, these boys.
Oh yeah, very big shots. It's
I think it's a matter of who's going to go first.
Yeah, I reckon you're right there, you know.
We've seen Levers in this position before with
We
big
have,
hitters, and he's
we have,
withstood the entourage of punches, the complete kit that's been thrown at him, and he's been able to get up and win. So,
okay.
I think. What do you think about that round, Barry? I think
That was the tamest round of the lot.
Yeah.
Wasn't a lot in it really,
Yeah.
but probably, I don't know, maybe Doutte the cleaner punches.
Yeah, he's landing the bigger punches and all that. I think Adam Levers just having a little bit of trouble getting hold of him, and and he's sort of making him a little bit hesitant. I think if he started just sort of working up a little bit, he'd have
he's
a
got to
little
lift
bit
the pace.
more success.
He does.
Just sort of relax him a bit and let him go, you know.
I think see, Adam is always in terrific condition, and I think he's really got to, you know,
especially if
get
you're
on
fighting,
top of Doutte.
Barry, if you're fighting someone like Doutte, like a one puncher,
When he
you know that they're only throwing the one punch. Well, then if you're going to working up with shots, you know they've only thrown one punch. You get under that, or you get beside it, then you come back with your own because there's nothing coming back.
He throws a cluster of big punches, and then he doesn't do anything for a while. So that's when you've got to work.
That's right.
Well, Levers might have just increased his work ratio 10 or so % this round to make up for that.
Lovely jab.
Should be coming in with the right drive to the body after that, maybe, and then continue working.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doutte ducking there, expecting Levers to throw that right, but that didn't happen. Poking out the left hand Levers. Boys are cautious again here. Waiting for the opportunities. Levers again poking out that left. Oh, gee, Doutte, did he throw a big right hand? Then
Plenty on that one.
Wasn't there ever.
Would have put Adam Levers' head through the canvas if he had hit him then with that.
Adam Levers got to lift his tempo a bit, I think.
Yeah, I think he's. I think he knows it too.
I'll tell you what though, he's not an easy bloke to work out, Steve Doutte. He's sort of all over the place. So that's
Good body shot.
That's the shot that I reckon the winner for him.
Yeah.
He's wide open
and
for
that
it.
is Adam Levers' pet punch too.
Yeah, and he's got to do it more because he's open for it.
Yep. Seems to do his best, but when he just get the Doutte boy in on the ropes, that's when he can pin him and work on the body, Barry.
That's the one.
No.
Not landing cleanly with it yet, but that's the shot that I feel can do some damage to Doutte.
But Steve, Doutte, you know, that style of his is always awkward.
Yeah, he's
especially
one of those
when
explosive
they're
guys,
bombing it in,
you know, like he just comes out and he throws them fast, and he's dangerous all the time.
And you tend to hesitate, you know.
And that's probably what's happening to Adam Levers now. Maybe psychologically, Doutte's getting the better of him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You hear Murray Thomson, you know, yelling out to Adam Levers then to work up, be busier, you know, which is right, exactly right.
Tell you what, you never know what's happening to a fighter in there, what's happening to his head either. I mean, Adam's taken a couple of big shots. He was rocked. You never know. Like, you know, I've seen a guy fight through a whole 10 round of, you know, suffering concussion and not remembering a thing. I'm not suggesting that Adam's in that situation at all, but he was hit with some big bombs.
Yep.
And took them well, but he's not fighting his normal fight at this stage, I don't think.
No, it's the...
What do you do from a position like this, Barry? Do you get back and just start working from your left hand, or?
Yeah, I think Adam's got to just lift his work rate. You know, he always starts with his jab. He's got a good jab, and then work in with his rips and hooks and keep it going. Keep Doutte on the back foot because he's one of those explosive, dangerous blokes. If you let him have some leverage and some distance, you know, he can really bomb.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, with bombers, you shorten the power, you shorten the distance of it. They can't
get your
hit
head on their chest
right.
if you need to. You know.
Well, there's another even round, I suppose.
Not much in that at all.
Yeah. I feel Doutte's just maybe shading them just with the cleanness of the punches that are hitting.
Yeah, I haven't scored it really efficient, you know, like on paper, but I'd say that Doutte's in front.
Yes.
Could be Levers could be suffering a bit of a delayed reaction to those initial onslaught punches.
I
perhaps
think he'd be over them now.
He'd be over them. But what you were referring to, Barry, when
he
you
was
said about
definitely
being boy.
shaken. He was definitely shaken a couple of times. But to me, he's not into his normal pattern of a
No,
fight
he's
at the moment.
He's not now. Now he'd be motoring along now.
Yeah,
He'd be
yeah.
starting to work his way, and he would have been warmed, revved up, and working at about 20% at a greater rate than he is at this point. And he's not doing that tonight.
Yep.
And that's why Murray Thompson's getting angry with him, I'd say, a bit upset.
Great left hand.
Duay now, a bit of support in the crowd for Duay.
Good right hand.
Nice right, chopping right, yeah. Good jab.
Nice jab. Duay fires back, whipping that right hand round the ribs.
But those punches do nothing, you know.
No. Another right hand from Duay did find the ear hole of Levers.
Yeah, he got the better of that exchange.
He really wings it around too, doesn't he, Barry?
Oh,
He's quite cagey too.
Yeah.
You know, he's,
I think that's his secret too, you know.
Oh, nice uppercut slipped in there by Duay too with the right hand. Malcolm Bullner splits them up.
I really think Adam's going to, if he's going to win this fight, he's going to have to make it a war of attrition.
Yes.
And put the pressure right on Steve Duay and keep it there. Not give him, distance for those big bombs of his.
Got to take a bit more control of the fight to Levers. Oh, nice left hand from Levers was stunned Duay back a little bit. Let him know he was there. Oh, good right hand. Levers maybe now is starting to...
Missed him, hit his arm, but he tried the overhand right. But nice jab by Levers.
He's just starting to crank up the situation. He needs to.
Duay throws a lot of punches in close, doesn't he? Really close.
Yeah, and they just they're explosive,
Oh, shook that off Duay. Oh, underneath there. Could have been a fraction low. And in fact, Malcolm Bullner told him to raise those punches, or that punch.
Yeah, I just get the feeling that Adam Levers hasn't worked him out properly, Just
good body shot. That hurt him too.
Oh, a cracking right hand from Duay.
Did
see him Levers end a wrestling manoeuvre. Threw him to the canvas, and Malcolm will have a word to Duay about that. No need for that, you'd say normally.
I bet you that'll fire Adam Levers up.
Yeah,
it should.
I think so, yeah.
It should, but he copped a cracking right hand from Duay just prior to it.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful punch from Duay on the side of the jaw.
Going to the body, looking for an opening.
You get the feeling Duay's got the upper hand and the psychological advantage at the moment.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Commanding the fight. Oh, Duay swinging wild over that right hand, but a good round.
Good round, another good round.
Gee whiz, you'd have to say Duay at the moment. All roads are leading to him.
They're all close rounds, but there's a couple of clean ones getting through there. Adam Levers hit Duay with a couple of big body shots in that round, which was quite clean. But Duay just seems to be coming back after he gets hit.
Yep. I think if I was in Adam's corner, I'd be telling him to really push him back on the ropes, work the body, lift his tempo, be more physical with him. He's a terrific fighter, Adam Levers. I'm not saying Steve Duay's not. Steve Duay's a big puncher, dangerous. If you give him a bit of distance, a bit of leverage, get him on the ropes and work him there and dig that body, because he is open for the body. He holds his elbows very high.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got the upper hand at the moment, Steve Duay.
Steve Duay's definitely got the upper hand.
And in control of the fight. Adam Levers has got his work cut out, has he ever now?
2 rounds to go.
2 big rounds here for these gentlemen. Steve Duay in the blue trunks with the white piping, and of course Adam Levers in the all black. Duay now, swinging him with the right hand after he fended off Levers' initial onslaught. Oh, that right hand would have dropped the Knox, but Didn't land.
Good
Fresh
right
air.
hand from Adam Levers then.
Good little short right.
Oh, and another crunching, short crunching right hand was in the left, sorry, from Jouet
lets
onto
him
the
go,
lever's
doesn't he?
jaw.
Doesn't he?
Oh.
What?
Whoa.
And I saw the lever's face there contorted.
There's kill on every one of them.
Yep.
Doesn't spare one.
He's got some big hands, Jouet.
Definitely.
And you don't really know what he's going to do next.
No, he's an unpredictable sort of fighter. He's
boy.
You know, he'd be very hard to fight. He's got very fast hands and power in both hands.
Oh, very quick, very fit too. In fact, stamina-wise, he's been fantastic tonight because the last time I think he was in Melbourne, he had a stamina problem, but not here. Not tonight.
Adam Lever's not looking real happy there.
No, I copped another right hand for his trouble.
Yeah, he's just a bit off the mark tonight. And, Steve Jouet's looking good.
Looking very good. Looking explosive, Steve Jouet. Oh, dropped the left into the stomach. Sorry, Barry.
I was going to say to Juan, it's funny, you know, when you're up there yourself and you're fighting, you know, you train for a fight, you can do it all in the gym, you know, you try to put it all together and you get up there and you just feel as though you can't put it together sometimes.
Sometimes,
you know?
yeah.
It's a terrible feeling, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
You can see the openings and you just can't do it.
And that he just can't seem to exert any authority tonight, Levers. That's the big thing.
He hasn't, really. I mean,
one of the issues.
Good right hand there.
Crunch Jouet into the blue corner with a good right hand.
Yeah.
But Jouet seems to be unaffected by it.
Oh, that's a lovely rip. That was a good left grip to the body. And
Working on now, Adam.
Yeah, that's the one he ought to keep working on.
Yeah. But, you know, Doutte is trained by Vito and you know, from up in Doutte, and Vito's reputation sort of as a good trainer exceeds him. So, yeah, he'll be fit as well.
He's fit, all right. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. No doubt about that at all.
Vito's certainly got him in top nick.
He's in fantastic physical condition, Steve Jouet.
Oh, he's got a lot of ability, this guy, no doubt.
He's exciting and explosive. Oh, and that's the end of the round.
Yeah,
and
good round.
Good sportsmanship smile at each other.
Who did you score that to, Barry?
Yeah, good question, Jules. I think probably again Steve Jouet. It was pretty even that round though. Not a lot.
Yeah, I could have gone the other way with Adam Levers in that round with a couple of
good
nice
body
shots.
Yeah.
He worked on pretty well.
Not a lot in it though.
No. Adam Levers needs a real big round this round.
Oh, does he ever?
Sure does.
I think he might need even more than that. He may need a knockout to get home here, Levers. I think he could be behind a little, but that's just
the eighth and final
unofficial.
round, yeah.
I think he does need a knockout to win.
I think he does too.
And we know what Adam Levers is like, and we wouldn't put it past him, you know.
No.
He's rock solid, and if he can drag something out, well, we saw, you know, the South Mako thing happen earlier on, so anything can happen, as we said before.
That's right.
This will be fireworks this last round.
It will be good.
See if Adam Levers can reach into this artillery box and just bring it all out in this last round. All guns blazing, that's what he needs. Jouet going out of Cameron Tonks now. Slapping away at the rib cage of Levers.
Oh, good punches there from both.
And that Jouet, a man possessed here tonight.
Oh, big body shots from Adam Levers. Big body punches back from Steve Jouet. They were real good shots back.
Jouet is prepared to slug it out, and he'll wrestle. He'll do everything that's needed.
He can slug it out well, Steve Jouet.
Oh, I reckon this man's a man possessed here tonight, Steve Jouet.
He's certainly got some style.
Oh, yeah. Explosive stuff from Steve Jouet here at the moment.
I think where he's sort of getting on top is that after the big bombs are thrown, he's coming back with those extra couple, you know.
Yeah. Very strong. He's able to do that. To follow up that quickly.
No, he looks pretty tired to me, Adam Levers.
Boys just at the moment really just slugging it out here.
They're still letting them go though. They haven't stopped their power. Geez, they're fit.
Oh, Doutte swinging wildly with that left hand again from a standing position.
Oh,
trying to measure levers.
Yeah. Measured him for the right hand.
His corner's happy, the Doutte corner at the moment.
Yeah, nice little uppercut in there.
Coming Doutte, he's doing
very
the job.
Doutte too in place. You know, he's giving his opponent there.
Straight left into the throat region of the levers, and
nice
then
right hand.
crashing right into the jaw of levers.
No, he certainly had levers measured tonight. Yeah, definitely.
Crowd starting to get behind Doutte. Oh, good crunching punches to the jaw from Doutte on levers, and the uppercut levers now starting to get opened up a bit by Doutte.
Taking some big punches from Doutte. Oh, big left hook.
Beautiful punch on levers.
Tell you what, he's a real fighter. Big shots landed by both guys.
He's still going, these boys, in the last round.
Absolutely, top
I'll take your hat off to him.
Very courageous. Levers has a cut, is it, or a on the left eye? Could be wrong.
No,
it looks all right. Probably just under the eye, a welt coming up, but
good fight.
Great effort.
Well done, great fight.
That was great stuff.
Fucking 7 rounds before.
Yeah, I thought in that fight, you know, Adam Levers just couldn't handle Steve Doutte.
No.
You know, Steve Doutte is the more experienced of the two, and Adam Levers, this is the first time he stepped up to the 8 rounds as well. And, you know, I think he was just hesitating, couldn't get off, and I think it's just going to be a big learning experience for Adam Levers.
Oh, look, you know, I mean, he's a top prospect, Adam Levers. You know, so as you said, Steve Doutte's probably the more experienced man. He's in the top 10 in ratings, and it looked that way, actually. He fought a very good fight, Steve Doutte.
Yeah, well, yes. He's a banger, all right, too. He certainly got the punches, and if anything, you'd probably say maybe he can straighten up a little bit, but they still hurt, don't they? If they're coming around the side.
You wouldn't want to straighten him up,
I wouldn't change much on him. I'd just get him to get his right elbow in a bit, right in the side there, because he is open for that left hook to the body, but even the good shot that Adam Levers landed, he seemed to take pretty well.
Yep.
Former national junior lightweight, former lightweight and junior welterweight champion against the fighting carrier Julian Holland. May 11, Barry, 4 days after your show. May 11. Good May 7 years.
I made the 11th to you, yeah. They haven't given mine on that.
Overweight, it's 25 to 12 with a main event to come. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision. Judge John Wheeler gives it 75-77 Doutte. Judge Justin Curious, short the other way, 76-77 for Levers. The final count from Judge Mr. Williams gives it 74-78. The winner, red corner, Steve Doutte. Okay, Steve Doutte. Steve, first time you've seen Melbourne in the boxing terms. You're a former world amateur kickboxing champion, being Mr. Ross. You certainly threw some big bombs there tonight. Congratulations.
Oh, most definitely Adam Lubers. You know, I can't take anything away from him. He's come down here tonight to put a big battle on, and he sure did. Can everybody put their hands together for Adam Lubers, please? That was a hell of a fight. Just like to thank Murray Thomson for bringing us down here this evening. You know, he always puts a great show on. It's the first time I've come down here for him, and a lot of our other boys have been down here before, and he always puts up a good show. I'd just like to thank everybody here, all your supporters. If it wasn't the supporters, you know, the boxing wouldn't be anything, so big thank you to the supporters as well. Well, this fight was a win or die situation for me. I'm 28 now and time's moving on. I had to win this fight. On the 20th of April now I take Sam Setzer on for the Australian title. You know, I wasn't up to scratch today, but I can't take anything away from Adam Lubers, you know. I've got to go back to the gym now and train twice as hard and aim for this Australian title shot now.
Good luck, Steve. Steve the Bomber Doutte, fighting for a national title next time. Okay, we got our magnificent prince. I'd like the ladies to bring in the centre ring, Narita and the team.